What's going on, y'all? Brother Doug here, comfortable as ever. You see, I got the robe on. But I want to talk about the '90s, the best decade ever. I was born in the beginning of the decade, 1990 to be exact. Um, there were two titans that ran cable television for children. Three, if you count Disney Channel, but Disney Channel didn't really start become more public until I want to say '99, early 2000s. Because I remember that you had to have like a special satellite dish to get Disney Channel. What was it? Prime Star. Real '90s kids know about Prime Star. Prime Star was before DirecTV and Dish Network. Um, Nickelodeon and Cartoon Network were definitely the titans for '90s kids. CNN even said that during the documentary, the '90s. I can agree to that. After 13 years, Hey Arnold finally makes a return with his second movie. Yeah, his second movie. The first movie had something to do with the town being actually the whole city being turned into like a gigantic emporium, if I remember correctly. No offense to any of you fans who weren't born in the '90s or were born late '90s, like '97 through '99. Um, your cartoons are whack. Just a handful of them have been, pretty intriguing. Like Airbender, a plethora of other little cartoons, but they don't hold a candle to what really went down. I'm talking about Doug, Rugrats, Hey Arnold, Rocco, Ren and Stimpy, Cartoon Network, Dexter's Lab. What else? Cow and Chicken, Ed and Eddie. The list goes on and on if you were a '90s kid. So before I move on with the review, I just want to give a little trivia about the film because I'm a trivial person. I love Hollywood like that. This movie was actually going to be the original movie. The creator and the studio heads at Nickelodeon had a debate whether they wanted to do the original movie that came in 2002 or the Jungle movie. Apparently, I don't know why the execs, of course, the executives chose the first movie, the 2002 movie, as opposed to this one. Like, I don't care about that. I want to know what happened to Arnold's parents. I want to know his last name. I want to know if Helga's going to confess her love to Arnold and vice versa. Even though they partially did that in the first movie, it seemed like that wasn't canon, and I'll get to that later on in the review. But I gotta say, I loved the movie. So as I do with all my reviews, I give what I liked, what I disliked, and little Easter eggs here and there. So without further ado, let's get started. I just love the nostalgia, seeing some of those episodes remastered or reanimated during the flashback clips. Like, oh, well, I remember that episode. I remember that episode. Hey, I remember that episode. With the turtle, where he freed the turtle from that museum. It was even cool to see Stoop Kid. Stoop Kid's afraid to leave his stoop. Now, throughout the years, if you've been with the show since day one, you always want to know what was Arnold's last name. Lo and behold, Arnold's granddad said his last name throughout the entire show, like the entire run, and it just slipped our minds. And I was just mind blown when I was explained to that a few years ago by a friend. He was like, "Man, Arnold's last name was Shortman." Like, get out of here! That wasn't his last name. And then I did a little research. Like, oh shit, that was his last name. You know how his granddad would always call him, "Hey, short man." So it was just, and I gotta say, I liked how gritty it was. Like it knew its intended audience would tune in, and they know, okay, since the cast got older, so have our audience. Because I mean, they were stabbing. Let's see, during the trap scene where the villains henchmen were killed definitely. Had going through the booby traps and definitely being picked off one by one, whether it was a trap collapsing or arrows coming out the walls. Yeah, that. I mean, it's not the first time Nickelodeon let anything like that slide. Back in the '90s, Rocco was a phone sex operator. My favorite part throughout the entire movie was, of course, Arnold reuniting with his parents. That's a given. But when Helga thought that she, just was rid of Arnold of everything, his love, his companionship, she threw out her little her locket that had Arnold's picture inside, tossed it to the water, and Brainy, the little kid that has the little breathing problem, like every time she like secretly confesses her love for Arnold, the kid that's always behind her, and she socks. This time around, Brainy had the little locket. He returned it to Helga, and she kissed him. And then it had like a little 5-second pause, and then he started dancing. He's like, "Yes, I reached my goal." All right, so what did I dislike? Um, I didn't really like. Well, then again, I didn't really like the first Arnold movie, so I guess maybe it was a good thing that it kind of retconned and disregarded it. But it felt like it wasn't canon. I was watching the movie like, wait, didn't they confess each other's love in the last movie? And in this movie, they're acting like they didn't actually have that incident happen. Oh well. I guess we're all trying to forget the first movie. But still, I would have loved some kind of continuity. I mean, the Rugrats did it with all three movies. Overall, I give Hey Arnold, the Jungle movie, 5 out of 5. Um, Nickelodeon's gonna have a slew of other specials going on, your little original movies based off '90s Nicktoons. I think the next one up is Rocco. Uh, don't do any more Rugrats. The movie trilogy with that was pretty much said and done. I didn't really like Kimmy that much anyway. So what other Nicktoons should get another revival? Let me know in the comments below. Make sure you like the video, share the video, subscribe, follow me on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. And like always, deuces.